Do you love yourself enough to say no? Hello and welcome to another Coffee Time with John. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure and an honor to be here with you today. Do you love yourself enough to say no? I wanted to do this video because of a recent situation that I had on YouTube and on my emails in general. This channel has been growing. It's been great, and I thoroughly enjoy the interactions that I have, mainly in the comment section. But I do have a thing where now I'm getting hundreds of emails a day, and I've got certain people who really just think that I'm now their pen pal, and it gets to the point where they just send me emails all the time to say this and that, and it's going to come down to the point soon where I'm going to have to stop taking emails and change my personal email address, because I'm getting so many emails that I can't answer them. You know, in my day, I make videos for you guys. I do membership meetings twice a week. I do live streams now once a week. I'm writing a book, and I'm planning out my entire experience, all the while doing private sessions with people. And people think that I should just be at the beck and call and the answer to their emails. Well, I recently had someone who wanted to contact me and contacted me via and I told them on the comment section, if she wanted to email me, then she had to use my contact form on the website. But then I also said, but I just want to, up front, I don't have time to have a big back and forth email exchange with you. And the person totally took it the wrong way. And I get an email from her through my contact form telling me that how disappointed she was in me, and how would Jesus have charged for his time, which I thought was really an interesting statement about her beliefs about Jesus, number one. But number two is the complete denial that Jeshua absolutely had money and absolutely had his time overrun. That's why he'd go off in the wilderness to get away, because the people were overrunning his time. And when I talk about money, he was bought off the cross by Joseph of Arimathea, a wealthy man. He was laying in a wealthy man's tomb. He would house himself multiple times with Lazarus, who had a family tomb complex, who was a wealthy man. Matthew, the tax collector, was a wealthy man. And I have memories of going into town and finding wealthy benefactors who would house and clothe and feed him. And so it wasn't that Jeshua was just walking through life without the use of income. So I wanted to make sure that was very clear, first of all. Second of all, the way money worked back then, it's not like the hourly wage we get now. And, the time that we have to put in time for money, it's not the way the money worked back then. And so very, very different experience. Number two, in this situation, as I said to you, I'm currently doing between 80 plus hours a week working on something. I get up in the morning early. I work on videos. I write my book. I do my private sessions. I work on my membership group. All my stuff, right? And for me to say I don't have time to start an internet exchange with someone, I literally mean I do not have the time to do that. But the judgment that I received for not being at someone's beck and call, or not being in a situation where I was literally there to answer any question they want. It's like sometimes I'll do a live stream and someone will say, "Why didn't you answer my question? You didn't answer my question." And they'll get sort of sharp about the fact that I didn't answer their question. Well, sometimes you have to say no. Sometimes the questions aren't going to get answered. Especially as the channel grows, there's going to be less and less of the questions that I see. So it's going to come down to the fact that I have to love myself enough to say no and realize that no is a complete sentence. I don't have to justify why I'm saying no, which is what this video seems to be, a justification of why I'm saying no. But when someone tells you that, basically accuses you of being greedy and selling your time for spirituality, and whereas your time is not valuable, has no value, that you should just give it away for spirituality. It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. And I like answering questions. And quite honestly, if you have a question, somebody else probably has the question as well. Put it in the comments section below a video. One of the things that I've heard is, I wanted to ask you a question, but I can't afford a private reading. Ask the questions in the comments below the videos. I see every question. I see every comment. I put a check mark or a heart next to it to let you know I've seen it, or I will add it to the video list, or I'll respond to it right then and there. But if you want a private reading, it's a private reading, and that's dedicated time for private readings in my life. I don't do private readings for free unless I feel called to do that. And I have done that many times, many times. I give my time very openly, very freely. But I'm not a performing monkey. I don't jump at everyone else's beck and call because I'm spiritual. I love myself enough to say no because I'm spiritual. I love myself enough to keep my ego in check because the word ego means self-awareness. And you can be self-awareness to the exclusion of others and be a narcissist, or you can be self-aware to the exclusion of yourself for the sake of all others and be someone who is empathic. But it's not about being one or the other. It's about being balanced and being balanced in that return. And that balance itself is spiritual because that's what it's supposed to be. You are part of God. I am part of God. And neither one of us is more up the ladder than anybody else. That's not the way this works. Where we are is in different levels of awareness, different places on the same road. But the road is a flat road. It doesn't go uphill. So I'm not above you. I'm equal to you. I'm just on a different part of the road. And it comes down to, telling me that I'm supposed to, give away my time to you because you want me to, is not about equality. It's about saying that I'm not equal with you, saying that I'm less than you, and that I should just be there to answer your questions. And ask the questions under the videos, and if I can answer it, I will. And I'll either do it in video form or right there on the channel. But if you want a private reading, that's a different thing. Go ahead and book a private reading. I often have sales. I often have discounts because that helps people, gives people opportunity. Now, I will say that I will probably not have another 50% off for a long time because when I have the 50% off, they pack out my calendar so much that I have no time for my own life. And so I'm going to keep it pretty much regular price. And then when I do an interview, I'll give the $50 discount. Which, by the way, I'm doing one at the end of this month, so I'll let you know when that's going to happen. So, going on to the next level soul. So the important part of this, my friends, is this: realize that you have to value yourself equally. You have to value yourself in such a way that you can say no. And when someone tries to use guilt or passive aggressiveness to make you bend to them, you have to be willing to say no. Because the willing to say no is you loving yourself equally. And in the case that I just talked about here, I hold no ill will towards this person. I'm not judging in a way that is in any way diminishing. I honestly believe the person just didn't realize how much I worked and how much I'm actually doing and how little time I actually have. And my response to her in my email was to say, this isn't about money, it's about time. The amount of time I'm spending right now. Every so often when you watch these videos, you'll hear my voice get a little raspy. It's because it's been a long week. And so I love myself enough to know that when my voice is raspy, it's time to say no. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. The John of New channel is solely funded by your generous donations and purchases of private readings and merchandise. To help out, go to johnofnew.com or use the donation link in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.